Hello buddies, welcome to this Baldur's Gate 3 inventory management tip video. Inventory management in Baldur's Gate 3 can be a bit daunting at times. If you're a bit like me and want to loot everything to sell, there's a lot of items, trash items, swords, books, armors, etc. But it weighs down your characters. What if I told you that there was a really smart way that didn't include you running around with a heap of items all the time or having to go back and sell every time you've done an encounter? What if I told you that you don't have to send all your items to the camp and pick them up again? You won't have to click add wares. If you follow this guide, I'm sure your inventory management troubles in Baldur's Gate 3 will be over and your inventory could look like mine all the time. My name is Game Knight, let's get started. The first thing you want to do is go into options and interface, scroll all the way down to the hotbar option and turn off all of these automations. Now you make sure that you have different bags for different items, apart from the obvious camp supply sack and the alchemy pouch. What I have is a backpack here that includes all of my consumable like bombs and alchemist fire, arrows, scrolls, etc. So I can quickly sort into that. Then I have my consumables that are healing, poison, any potion that is not offensive in that throwing kind of way. And then of course you have your keychain, and then I have one that is just for oddities like thieves tools, the soul coins, quest items, etc. Before we get to the loot bags, when your camp supply sack becomes too heavy, because you will pick up a lot of supplies, you can always go in, mark the first item, mark the last item holding down shift, and then right click to send to camp. You won't need to have your camp supplies in your inventory. You can just have them at your camp. So that way you can save some encumbrance at least. Lastly, you want to have some bags or burlap sacks or backpacks. You have these situated somewhere where you can easily get to them, but without them obstructing your looting. When you gain some loot, you simply take the first item, click that, and then go to the last item, hold down shift and click it. Then you can drag and drop all of these items into that sack or backpack. When you're sorting your inventory, to get rid of camp supplies and alchemy stuff that isn't already automatically sorted into these packs, make sure you click the first item there and then hold down shift, mark every single item that you have, drag it over the first pack, and it'll sort all the food into the camp supply. Do the same for the alchemy pouch and it'll take all the supplies that can only go into the alchemy pouch, and then you can start sorting into the other packs. Huge thanks to Mordring for that clever tip. Once the loot bag gets too heavy or your character is carrying too much and gets encumbered, you simply right click this entire bag and send it to camp. That'll automatically send everything there and it's still gonna be inside the bag. Then when you're ready to go sell, you simply go back to your camp. Okay, here we are at the traveler's chest. Now this is where every single item you send to camp gets put. So here you can see I have all my camp supplies stacked up, and I have my loot bags here as well. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna go and grab a loot bag. Let's go with, you can also sort here, by the way. If you sort by type, the loot bags will always end up at the top, which is really nice. Thank you. There's our loot bag that we send. While we're on the traveler's chest, I just wanted to tell you guys about this other trick from Mordring. You take a camp supply sack from one of your other companions, then you drag and drop that into your traveler's chest, and it will automatically pick up every single camp supply that you have left here. Now the thing is, if you send new stuff to the stash, it won't automatically get sorted into, but then you just use the same trick as we did before by drag and drop and then put it in, it'll sort then. Also, when you need to go sell, make sure that you click the item that you want to put into your inventory of your loot bags and click down here, so you grab everything that you want to grab and sell, because that will put you in carrying capacity exceeded by very much. But it doesn't matter, you can still move. As a little side note before we go and sell, if you have any items that have this orange glow, which means it's a quest item, you cannot sell the entire bag if you have one of those inside there. So let's go to the vendor. I know I'm at a vendor, so just leave camp. We're gonna talk to this guy over here, and you can always just go to trade and sell the entire thing and gain, in this case, 604 profit, which is straight up gold. Or now you can actually add the entire thing to the barter, 604 gold, and you can then add items that you would like to buy from him, as well as gold coin, by just clicking this to even it out. So there's no real reason to go to trade instead of barter. Barter will always give you the option to do the same thing. When you're ready, you just click barter, and it sells all the items, takes them out of the bag, puts them in his inventory, and then you can buy back the sack if you need it for 3 gold. And you have your loot back again. In my opinion, this is the most optimal way of handling the inventory management in Baldur's Gate 3, and I hope you get a lot of use out of this guide. If you want to, join me and my buddies on Twitch where we play Baldur's Gate 3 in multiplayer, a campaign where we play as evil characters. You can also follow this channel for even more tips on Baldur's Gate 3 and more to come. Have a wonderful game night. Thank you so much for watching.